This is Jinapor, the Minister for Energy. This is not his first time as energy. He used to be Minister for Power, and now he's Minister for Energy. It's not his first time. So he should be quite experienced. But as I'm saying, the campaign was run on corruption, which is fair. NPP is corrupt, and so we take them out and we bring a new government. So when the new government came in, they were always in a hurry to show the corruption that they had alleged during the campaign was right. The corruption that they had alleged during the campaign was right. And then, and so he then held press conferences and said that there are containers, ECG, containers that belong to ECG, that has ECG accoutrements in it, had been missing. He also alleged that what ECG people were doing and the MPP is that when the containers come, they refuse to clear it, and then it's given to a private person, and then ECG goes behind to go and buy the things from the private person. Things ECG has imported, say meters or some accoutrements, it comes to the port. ECG clear, they don't clear it. This is what he said, or this is a story that came out, a narrative. And then they go and a private Chinese man goes to buy it, or Indian man goes to buy it. Buy the containers from the port, because the port is disposing of the containers. They can't keep them forever. 2,000 and over containers. They can't keep them, so they're disposing of it. And then when they dispose of it to a private person, ECG then goes to a private person to buy it. It looked like robbery. It looked like real robbery. It looked like people had taken this country to the cleanest and they needed to be dealt with. And they were MPP people. All of us believed it. I believed the story when he put it out. So I called for the number of Muhammad Dubik, and I asked him. He said, do you have time, Paul? I said, I have time. He said, come and let me explain to you. So I went to see him. He told me, I said, is this the matter, Dubik? He said, this is the matter. I said, so what John Jinapor says? He said, it cannot be true. I said, why don't you then do interviews? Why don't you go on interviews? He said, can I come on Good Evening Ghana? I said, not yet. Do interviews on the Akan radio stations, because people need to understand this a lot before we can do Good Evening Ghana. So then he was on Asempa. I heard him. He spoke well. He said, containers have not gone anywhere. People started doing cartoons with their containers, putting wings on the containers. Containers have flown away, blah, 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 blah. Dubik, you've been vindicated. You've been vindicated. You've done well. The containers, the apostle is found. Let's get back to Jinapor's trajectory and let's see what happens in the trajectory. So this is 29th March 2025. Jinapor demands forensic audit over missing ECG containers. The Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapor, has revealed procurement breaches and potential corruption within the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, following the discovery that over 1,300 containers meant for the power distribution have gone missing from the Tema port. Everyone did not believe the story because Tema is an automated port. Tema is one of the best in Africa. How does 1,300 containers go missing and Gapoha does not know where the containers are? It sounded like Pilolo, as we said in the thing. It sounded like a cock and bull story. How? A container. 1,300 of them. They've been missing from Tema Harbor and we can't find it. And it's MPP people stole it. That's what the Minister of State said. Minister, sworn in, taking the oath. Minister of Ghana, he said that the containers have gone missing. He was able to say that because he's enjoying goodwill. They won an election, and so everything they say will be swallowed hook, line, and sinker. And I did swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Then comes 27th May 2025. So Jinapor sets up a committee with taxpayers' money. Sets up a committee, a so-called forensic audit committee, to audit where the containers have gone. The Gapoha does not know where the containers have gone. We need to set up a committee and pay them more money to find out where the containers have gone. For the committee to go and ask Gapoha that where did the containers go. For Gapoha to tell the committee that this is where the containers went. And that has to be paid for by taxpayers' money. Will people have questions to answer tomorrow? I don't know. But these are some of the things we do in government, whether it's MPP or NDC. It is crass. What is this? Gapoha is sitting there, huge, big institution. You are a minister. You cannot call the Gapoha directors and ask them that where is the container. You set up a committee to do a forensic. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Ghana, my happy home. 2,600, it says, now he said 1,300. This one says 2,637 missing ECG containers traced at Tema Port. Investigation reveals. Investigators have traced 2,637 unaccounted ECG containers at the Tema Port. Chief of Staff orders evacuation and Energy Minister directs procurement reform amid ongoing investigations. So they found out that the containers were at the Tema Port. But that's the only place the containers will be because the containers don't have wings. They cannot fly. So minister says, I can't find them. And then the committee says we can find them. They are not actually 1,300, they are 2,600. Okay. And then on 27th May, today, minister comes back, missing ECG containers. 2,300, twice the number of containers presumed to have gone missing, retrieved. Retrieved from where? Who should pay for this? It is dereliction of duty on the part of the minister. Dereliction of duty. That's what has happened. Why are we doing this to ourselves? You're a minister, run your show and do your work and put the lights on and deliver it, and Ghanaians will applaud you. Ghanaians are no longer MPP and NDC. They are common sense. Ghanaians have stopped being MPP and NDC. They are about common sense. Let's do the common sense work. So there are NDC people who are angry with John Jinapor tonight. They've called me. NDC people say, what's the minister doing? What's the minister doing? The other day, I heard Mugabe Mase, my friend, talking about John Jinapor on his thing. He's a proper NDC guy. So what is Jinapor doing over there? He's wasting our time. Every day he's complaining and he doesn't put the lights on. There are NDC people who are genuinely upset with these pillow games that we are playing with a country that is nearly 70 years old. 70-year-old country, we play these pillow games as if we are children. The containers are missing. I set up forensic audit. From Gapoha, because you have power and you have police and you have BNI and you have national security, you think that you are protected. Tomorrow is pregnant. I'm really sorry for Jinapor. I feel very, very sorry for him. Anyway, leave it there.